Hello you all, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, what's good? If you're new, hey folks, I am back with another video, okay? So good morning to you all, okay? The sun is beaming through this living room, okay? I have not did a couch video in I don't know how long. So I wanted to bring y'all my living room and sit on the couch and have a little talk with me, okay? So I wanted to talk about something, okay? Y'all see the title. Stay out of rooms that you don't belong in, okay? And it just took me back to my childhood. Remember your parents used to tell you, stay out of this room, don't go in this room. You try to go to the door and try to open it and you see that it's locked. You're like, okay, I gotta stay out of this room. But then one day you may go and you see that this room door is unlocked. They told you to stay out of this room now. But curiosity kind of make you wonder, why are they telling me to stay out of this room? Like, what's in this room? So you see that the door is unlocked, so you want to take the opportunity to kind of go against the rules, even though they told you to stay out of this room. And you go in this room, and you see some things that you shouldn't see, okay? Actually, this title kind of correlates with your adult life, okay? And when I speak from the sense where I say stay out of rooms that you don't belong in, whenever you get, like I have said on my channel before, you are going to be presented with spiritual warnings that is going to let you know, stay away from this place. Don't go back to this person. Don't take this opportunity. You're going to get spiritual warnings. But when it comes to being in certain rooms, your spirit is going to let you know, hey, stay out of this room. You don't belong in this room. That is the situation that you are going to encounter on your walk, becoming closer with the Lord, is that you are going to notice you're not going to belong in certain rooms. And when I say certain rooms, I mean in certain situations. I mean in certain jobs, certain social circles, just anything to where you are encountering other spirits. Like I said before on my channel, once you ascend higher, your spirit is going to reject worldly things, okay? So even though you may be curious about what's going on in this room, your spirit is going to let you know you do not belong in this room. It's a lot going on in this room. It's just like walking in a room on somebody doing the do, okay? It don't necessarily have to be in that sense, or it can be, depending on what level you are at in your life. Spiritually, walking in on somebody doing the do may apply to your life right now because you may be battling with a lustful spirit, okay? So you probably like walking into rooms where you see some things going down, okay? But when you ascend higher, your spirit is going to reject what was of your past, okay? It's going to let you know you don't belong in this room, okay? You don't need to be going to no certain kind of parties. And when I come and speak of certain things, I'm speaking for everybody. This is a judgment-free zone over here, okay? I do not come to judge. So whenever I talk about certain topics, I'm talking about everybody, okay? I ain't throwing no stones over here, okay? This is not what this channel was about. Everybody is accepted on my channel. When you ascend to certain levels in your life, spiritually now, the doors that was once open to you before are no longer going to be available to you later on in your life, okay? So this door might have been unlocked for you so many years ago, and you was able to just go in comfortably. You didn't care, okay? But now that you are at a certain level, these doors are probably going to be locked, okay? You are not going to be welcomed. You are not going to be invited, okay? These are certain instances in your life where you don't care about people singling you out. You don't care about people not inviting you into certain rooms because that is no longer a part of your life anymore, okay? When you go through certain levels in your life, this might have been a certain level in your life to where you was probably down bad. You was going through it, okay? So depending on where you are in your life is going to attract certain people, certain situations to you, okay, that is comfortable to you. So once you ascend it higher, those doors that was once open are now going to be locked, okay? This is the one thing about having certain access to certain doors in your life. You didn't belong in that room in the first place. You went into certain rooms that you knew that you didn't belong in, okay? You know that you didn't belong in this room, but you probably went in this room out of curiosity, probably because you wanted to fit in. You just felt lonely. You knew that you didn't fit, okay? This comes to the whole instance of forcing things to fit in certain places, okay? Trying to go to certain levels in your life, and trying to go into certain doors knowing that you don't belong in that room, that's kind of like the same thing of trying to fit a square into a circle. Okay, it's not gonna fit. So if your spirit is not aligned with these rooms that you are going in with other kind of spirits, that's gonna let you know right there. Do not try to force things to fit where they don't belong. I'm gonna use that instance too. When you evolve to a certain level in your life, certain rooms you are just not going to be able to go into. Okay? Certain rooms that you was able to go in back then, you are not going to be able to go into them now. You're going to have all types of things up on the door to kind of let you know that you need to stay out of this area. Okay? Even if you see other people over there doing what they're doing, indulging in certain things that you used to partake in and you don't do that no more. Okay, some of these people may be trying to invite you to come over. Like, they probably like, come on over here. Yeah. You're like, okay, this thing right here, like, how I'm supposed to get over? Girl, just don't worry about that. Step over that thing. Like, push it to the side. I did the same thing. You know, they told me not to come in this room either, but I'm in here, you know, breaking rules. Okay, when they tell you to stay out of a restricted area, you got to follow the rules, okay? If you try to step over that yellow tape or that red tape, whatever that is, they got over there blocking that area to try to get into this room, it is going to be destruction waiting on the other side of that door for you. Okay, and the reason why I'm making this video, and I feel like it's important for me to make, because I'm seeing a lot to where people, and you might be going through something like this yourself, I'm seeing it a lot to where people are trying to fit their old life in with their new life. You can't fit a square into a circle. It's not going to work. When you try to bring certain things from your old life into your new life to try to make it work, it can be anything. It could be people that you're trying to bring into your new life. It could be certain things that you're trying to bring into your new life. You're trying to make it fit and conform to what you got going on right now, even though you know that you are evolved at a different level. You're just trying to bring it back in. It may be something familiar and comfortable to you, so that's why you feel as though you need to include this in on your new life. These people, these things, okay? You are going to slowly but surely tear down everything that you have built. Okay, this foundation that you done built was for your new life in every level. Spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally. When you try to correlate your old life with your new life, slowly but surely things are going to start to deteriorate. It's going to be destruction. Okay? It's a reason why your old life is your old life and your new life is your new life. Okay? It's a reason why you're not being invited to certain places no more. And if you have never partaken in anything like that, and you always wonder why you never been invited to certain things, it's because you didn't belong in those rooms in the first place. People know that you don't fit in certain places, around certain people. They know you don't fit. People know you. They know who you are spiritually. So they know not to invite you into certain rooms because they know that your spirit is not going to be aligned with what is going on in these rooms. Okay, like I said, certain people are at certain levels spiritually. Okay, if you are vibrating at a higher spiritual level, you cannot get in a room with low vibrational kind of people because it's going to bring you down. It don't matter where you at. And see, this is another thing. Once you evolve to a certain point, because I feel like we all have went through something like this. Okay, I'm going to come admit it. That some of the times when you get to certain levels in your life, you want people from your past to see where you are at. Okay? You somehow want them to be included in on your new life. You don't fit with that old life that you had. And this is the one thing about it. You never fit. Even though you was partaking in certain things in your older life, you never fit with it to begin with. You tried to force it. Okay, you ever see that person that stand out from the crowd? Okay, this is why you stand out. This is why you stick out like a sore thumb. This is why you are never invited. Because if people invite you into certain rooms, you are going to stick out like a sore thumb. If y'all ever been through certain instances like this, I'm going to tell y'all right now. This is how you are going to know that you are evolved at a higher level. Is when you go around certain people or you go to certain places and you feel like you stick out like a sore thumb. Okay, no matter how much you try to hide yourself, it's going to be something about you that is going to stick out. Okay? That is a sign right there to let you know that you do not belong in this room. And certain things that you used to partake in, a lot of people like to correlate their past with their future because, like I said, it may be a comfortability kind of level to them to where they just feel like This is comfortable. Like when you comfortable with something, it just become a habitual habit. Okay, but certain people are still adapting old habits with their new life, knowing that it's not fitting. You sitting up wondering why certain things are not really panning out the way it should be. It seems as though you're having a lot of confusion with certain situations in your life. You're trying to figure out why is this happening, because it's something from your past life that you are trying to correlate with your life now, and it is not working. It don't fit. So stop trying to force it. Stop trying to force your old life into your new life. Okay? It's a reason why you didn't fit in those rooms. It's a reason why you was not invited to these rooms. Okay? You might have felt, like I said, when you feel left out and singled out, it do make you feel alone. It make you feel like you are eyeball out, and some people just may feel as though they just want to fit somewhere. Okay? They don't want to constantly be ostracized. They don't want to be constantly feeling like they put on the spot for scrutiny. So this is why a lot of times people try to go into certain rooms and be around certain people just so they can fit and belong, because they don't want to be the only one. They don't want to be the weird one. They don't want to be the one everybody talking about, okay? They don't want to be the one everybody is calling different. But you have to be comfortable with being different. This is why you have evolved to a certain level in your life, because you are different. You are different. And this is another thing I wanted to put in this video too. You have a pure spirit. This is another reason why you don't belong in certain rooms. This is another reason why you are not invited to certain places. This is another reason why people try to make you feel as though you are different and weird. This is another reason why people try to make you feel as though something is wrong with you, because you are different. You was made different. Okay? You are different because you have a pure spirit. Your spirit is not aligned with certain people and places in your life. That's why you are alone. This is another thing about staying out of certain rooms. You are going to find yourself alone on your path, evolving higher with the Lord. It's going to be times where you are going to be alone, and you have to learn how to be comfortable with that. Some people are not comfortable with being alone. They have to have people around them. Even if it feels as though some people out here that are willing to risk their peace, their happiness, just to fit and belong in life, just to be able to be in certain rooms, just to be able to go back and tell people that they went to this certain room, when the whole time you never belonged there in the first place. And anytime you go into any room that you're not supposed to be in, is going to be trouble waiting on the other side of that door. That's why your parent told you to stay out of the room. And you didn't listen. You are at a different room in your life, okay? You was able to get into certain doors. You got different keys, okay? Like when you evolve, there's so many opportunities that are available to you. Okay, you got more than one key. You got several keys to several different doors. Why are you trying to go in this door from your past? You already know what's in this. Why are you trying to double back to try to go back into this door? And you may have the keys to this door. Some of y'all have old keys to your old life that you have not thrown away. You need to get rid of these old keys that is connected to your old life. It's keeping you stuck mentally with your old life. That's why it seems as though you are kind of stuck in the middle. You are the man in the middle. You feel yourself evolving, but it seems as though things are at a standstill. Okay, you may go through a certain period of stagnation. You trying to figure out why is this happening. It's because you're still holding on to old keys that you have not got rid of yet. This key may be 1 year old, 3 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, and you still got them. You that person from hoarders. Y'all know y'all can see that y'all hoarders where they just be having so much stuff that they been accumulating for so many years. Like it piled up, it caused an infestation of roaches and rats and mice. It's like they don't want to get rid of it. That's you. Okay? You are harboring too many things from your old life, and it is causing you to be at a level of stagnation mentally. Okay? The Lord is waiting right there with you. The Lord is telling you, what are you doing? Like, what are you waiting for? You stay looking over at your old life, trying to figure out, well, dang, you know, why they don't accept me? They ain't accept me then. They ain't accept you then, and they ain't gonna accept you now. Stop trying to fit in with people. And stop sitting up getting mad because you weren't invited to certain things. You weren't never invited back then. Even though you was able to have access to this door, even though you had the keys to this room, you still didn't belong there in the first place. Your spirit was not aligned with those spirits back then, and they are not going to be aligned now. Your spirit is pure. And this is another thing, because you are going to go through a certain level in your life so where you are going to feel lonely and you just want to be around somebody. Your spirit is pure. That's why you are alone. People are rejecting you because your spirit is too pure. Okay? They don't want you around them. You're too much of an eyeball. You stand out too much. They don't want you around them. You already know what they're doing is not right. Some people are pushing you away, and some people don't recognize the blessing in certain things. These people are rejecting you for a reason. Okay? Take every rejection as a blessing. They know that you are a pure person. They know that you have a pure spirit. Don't change that for nobody. You have a pure spirit. There's nothing that you can hide. People can't see what kind of spirit and aura you have on you. Even though you be trying to fit in, trying to do all this and that, and trying to indulge in certain things to try to fit, people already know that you have a pure spirit. So don't try to force nothing to fit. Do not try to force your old life into your new life. The reason why you were stuck at a certain place in your life, you was down, is because you tried to fit in. You tried to go into certain doors that you're supposed to stay out of. These doors was already locked off, blocked off, and restricted. But you still went into this room anyways out of curiosity because you wanted to belong. This is the whole thing to come to what I talked about in the last video, why I said people be coming online trying to act as though they are anointed, they all this and that, when really they just chasing after popularity. When you are an anointed person, when you are singled out, when you are called apart, you are not going to be everybody's favorite. You are not going to be popular. It's going to be so many people that's not going to like you. They never liked you then, they're not going to like you now. Person that is anointed is not popular. Anointed person stick out like a sore thumb. Anointed person do not belong in certain rooms because the Lord already called this person away from the crowd. You've been singled out since you was a child. You never fit in with people. People never wanted to play with you and be your friend. You was called apart. You was set apart for a reason. You was singled out. You was called weird for a reason. That's why you are at a certain level in your life. Because you didn't belong in certain rooms. The Lord kept you out of those rooms for a reason. You might have had a chance to go into this certain room in your life and you might have got a peek. You probably didn't even go into the room. You probably just opened the door and peeked in and seen what was going on. And you was just like, okay, I'm just close to that. I don't want to go in that room. There's too much going on in here. Let me go over here. I know I'm going to be by myself. I know I'm probably going to feel lonely. I probably ain't going to have no friends, no family. None of that. But at least I know I'm going to be safe. You are never alone when you got the Lord. You are never alone. The Lord is going to connect you with certain people that are like-minded, just like you. Those are the certain doors and rooms that you need to be in with those people. And get rid of them old keys. You have new keys. You have several new keys in your life. You keep saying going to this old door trying to open it. You got these new keys right here. Why are you not using your new keys to your life? And see, this is one thing about change. Change is uncomfortable. Change is very uncomfortable when you are evolving to certain levels in your life. And that's something that you gotta mentally train yourself to be ready for. Some people are gonna be upset that you chose to go into a different room in your life. You didn't want to be in that room no more. Okay? You didn't feel comfortable in that room, so you left. You went into a different room. This room got all types of brightness in it. This room got all type of light in it. It's all type of life in this room. My mother used to tell me something a long time ago. Like, she used to tell me, open some curtains in this room, girl. Let some light into this room. Let some life into this room. And I didn't understand the whole meaning of it until I got older. Like, light is life, okay? So this room that you used to be in a long time ago, it may be dark, dirty, a whole bunch of stuff laying around, a whole bunch of people walking around. Too many people in this room. It's overly crowded. Indulging in all different types of activities, okay? And this other room may be empty, but at least it got light in there. It's light, it's clean, it smells good. Maybe by yourself, but at least you will be safe. Get comfortable with your new life. Stop trying to bring your old life to your new life. Stop holding on to old keys. And stop taking your old key to try to unlock your new doors. It's not going to work. And then pretty soon, if you keep trying to go back to these old doors, trying to open them, you're too distracted with your old life, your new life is going to fade away, okay? Pretty soon, you are not going to be able to go open these new doors because the locks are going to be changed. The old door going to always be there. It's always going to be open and ready for you, okay? The enemy is going to always have an open door for you. They want you to come back to their old life. But your new life over here is certain sacrifices that you are going to have to make. Certain things you're going to have to give up. You're going to have to give up those old keys if you want to be able to unlock your new life. So stay out of certain doors that you don't belong in. and I will talk to y'all in the next video.